This video is artist SEAK Claus Winkler. I'm doing an long performance. I'm doing a long-term art performance, or my video is part of my long-term art performance. And this is also a piece of art. So I'm from Germany. I'm internationally known in the graffiti world and beyond for these kind of styles. Very organic 3D letters, or this is like the stuff I'm most known for. They're all based on letters, and also on this aerodynamic round forms and the messages within. The first sketch or painting I did with spaceships involved was, which could be interpreted as sci-fi and round shapes, was maybe 1975 or 6. I have the sketch here, and if you take a look, it's like and now I'm doing the adult version, or the mature, not adult in terms of sexual, but the mature version, or the grown-up version of it. And it still has this childhood streak. So I also painted chips, which goes also from the word thing, like chips means also like hips, or chips in terms of like eating food. I mean, German Schiffe, you can interpret it like how you want. Though my works also have this appeal, which creates, like, opens up how the psyche goes in all kinds of directions. But I also painted like a transporter, or LKW, I would say, when I was a child, and that was also in the late 70s. So this is also connected to this house, because the first sketches and drawings I did here. And it's my mom also drawed and painted here, but not in this house. A few kilometers away into the old part of the city where I'm living, where in the anti-aircraft bunker during air raids, because my grandfather was the leader of the anti-aircraft guns protecting the plant and the village around against Allied bombers, and he was also engineer and Ausbilder, who say that, like training new mechanics and new electronics and electricians and stuff like that. Which maybe is also why I'm so into technical stuff. I mean, my works adore or also work is technical in a way, or looks technical, which is like masculinity in a way. And I'm reflecting also, and I'm reacting to what I'm seeing, what I'm getting, and sometimes I have a very short reaction span, which means there's no freedom, because then you can basically program me or others into reacting to something, which is like a dangerous area, because then you are into like some kind of like NPC modus, just reflecting on functioning, which I must also ask myself all the time, am I just functioning? Because, in the end of the day, I'm painting like since literally, and I'm now 51, since I'm like 3 or 4 years old, the same forms, or similar forms. So and I can deduct these patterns, like these work patterns, and what I'm doing there and why I'm doing it, So these are some of the paintings, and those paintings here I started in the late, was probably 2002, 2003. It's on both sides in work in progress. These are 2010, 11-ish, also from both sides. This house was my grandparents' house. They were refugees, and they built this house after World War II. And because hardships are good for building the character. This is my EBT card. Yes, I was. There goes my name. There you go. I was. I was last year. I was still in getting like from feeding, like it's like feeding America in the US, and those food banks. Like they get food from other restaurants, the leftover food other people throw away, and it's supposed to be gone bad. And that was something I became because I couldn't finance my own food, so I was starving, and there was nothing I could do about it. So which is for the ego a very healthy. Let's take that with me as a reminder. That was that was an interesting. How would say it? Interesting lesson an interesting lesson for the ego, because then you experience all levels of society, and I could socialize there with all kinds of people from different fields of life, and from fellow. Also, there were also a few fellow Europeans, because you had to wait long in line to get your food, and also very few fellow Germans. And for me it was it was like heaven, because I had times before in the last 10 years where I was living, and while I was painting, I didn't do any wall paintings, where you can make lots of money, but you also have to make compromises sometimes. If you don't communicate, I mean, it's also a question of communication, but also of the options. I was living on 15, 20, 25 euros. In the good times, 50 euros a week for food, including internet, which means you don't have internet or phone, which means you have to go to a globalist food chain where they had free internet. And that was a healthy lecture for me, because then you learn the essential things in life, and you grow hard, and you become a man. That's good for personality. Because I did experiments and documented it also. While I'm painting these paintings here, by the way, this is just examples. I also did like sketching, sabbaticals, and stuff like that. While, for example, I have like photos where I put like the potatoes for the week together. So I counted like each day how many potatoes I can eat for one meal, and then I had like noodles, and it was like basically just carbs, because carbs is the cheapest, and some eggs. So I can go through the week. And then I did experiments with not cooking the potatoes and eating them raw, which is unhealthy, just to get to experiment with if they make me longer full. So I have less hunger, which is healthy. I'm telling you, this is really good for personality and character building. While I was painting a lot, obviously. Well, I don't know if people can handle so much realness. Yeah, and I did this for a couple of years, not days, years. Yeah, I was too prideful to collect bottles, like recycling bottles. But I also at a phase where I then collected bottles, because I needed like to buy. I needed like for a pack of noodles and stuff like that. And and in the supermarket, I learned then counting the lowest prices and the cheapest prices in the cheapest supermarkets or discounters. It weren't fully supermarkets, which is also very healthy. And that was my reality for a few years. And it started at 15 euros, and like the high times where I had like 50 euros a week. But that was already then, hey, Mortimer, we are back. Like from that movie with Eddie Murphy. It was like epic. It's like luxury. It's yeah. But this is necessary for growth and for being hard. And then, but this is just one way of many ways, of course. So any anecdotes from that? Like while I was doing that, I was painting all the time here in the studio. For example, at some point, I got myself from those supermarkets cardboard boxes and painted them from both sides and used them for experimenting. And I used just rest paint and the paint people donated me or still had here, which I bought in good times. So then, decades later, having here EBT cards, an EBT card, or being, how do you call it, approved, acknowledged, that I have the right or fulfill the parameters of getting free food from the food bank. In Germany, it's called die Tafeln, the tables. Tafel means like the table where people eat. It's an old medieval term because in the medieval times. In the castles, they had a plate which was going from the wall down in the room where everyone was eating. So Tafeln also means like to eat a lot, and there you can get all kinds of rest foods. Because I had like a time where I had like they had like bananas there. You know, someone had too much bananas, so I was there then. I have like these huge duffel bags, and I was with my bread and butter, my bike. I only just have one bike. It's like an old Gazelle bike. It's completely rocked down. I had like 2 old duffel bags like this, like a size, like say 2-meter duffel bag full with bananas. And then I was eating for like 1.5 weeks bananas. In the morning in the pan, grilling bananas. And then eating, I don't know. It was like making them as a cake pie, like sunny side eggs, just bananas, for 1.5 weeks. What is there? And then they give you all kinds of food, and the food is great. If you want to lose weight, carbs. Bananas have carbs and stuff. No? They regulate the food and stuff like that. Yeah, and for me that helped me a lot, and it humbled me also, which is very good. And you learn, you get a really glimpse on reality, but I already had before. I mean, this was like already like, I'm in paradise. Because like I said, before that, I had like 25, 50 euros for food. So, or most of the time it was like 20 euros a week for food. And you learn to live with that. And it's great. And because, So while I was painting all the time, doing my thing, which is necessary or the essential part. And now we're coming to the fun part. Let's grab here a few magazines. I have my eyes closed so I can't see what's coming here. There you go. And there we have, I'm taking this. And these are magazines where I was featured in the 90s. And let's take a look. I just grabbed the thing here and take a look and come into the past. Oh yeah, by the way, before we see this is also another badge. It's like the EBT badge here, free food from leftover restaurants. Respect to people who are working there. They're doing a beautiful thing for society. And this is another badge. These are badges from the jams and from the events I was participating in when as an artist painting live, and it's literally the same thing I'm doing right now. So always doing always keeping it real since so many years. I should dig up those childhood sketches. I have them here in folders and stuff. So this is a graffiti magazine from the 90s, I guess. And I guess here's something from me inside, otherwise I wouldn't have it. Kanne magazine from Gera. Oh yes, that was from Gera. And here's an interview with me. Yours truly, SEAK. Here I did a painting with tuna. Let's read this. Okay. I'm reading this. Hallo, mein Tag. This is in German. that did this in German. So I can read it in German or in English, but I can try to translate it. I'm reading it in German. I mean, I'm reading it in English, but it's in German. Let's see if that works. Hello, my tag is SEAK my crew is the CNS checking new skills. I'm living in the area around Cologne, and so far I've painted 400 pieces. Can you describe us how you came to the Aerosol? In 1989-90, I had the book Spray Can Art, like put me in his band, or in his aura, or like, fascinated me. But I just did I was trying to copy with like pen and paper, and then I'm planing it down. I also spray painted there, and it's the bridge where they had like this, like when they had the flood here in Germany a few years ago, and there's like a famous photo, the Erft flooding, and there's like a bridge, like an Umgehungsstraße, and that bridge where all the trucks are swimming away. Under those bridge, I did my first piece. And in autumn '92, I met Inz, and he's one of the few Cologne old schoolers who showed me insider knowledge. In '93, was the first time was doing exercise. Yeah, so I'm planing it down. You have to also sometimes playing it down for the old school people, so that they literally can handle how long you are in it and stuff, and jealousy, la di da. In autumn, I tried to paint it like a simple style quickie. My surrounding im Frühjahr, this is horrible. I try to translate this from German to English. I'm filming it for you so you can check it out yourself. There's so many paintings. I completely forgot that I did that. Here I'm doing shout outs to fellow artists. These are painted in Rotterdam, in Halle, in Neuss, Germany. Yeah, so this is Source magazine. I also had a few full page. Here is a full page in Source magazine. This is a Source magazine, hip hop magazine from November 2000. There you go. Yours truly. Here. That's a great photo. And it says, Interplanetary Aerosol Technology Made Simple, SEAK, CNS, Monheim, Germany, 1990. And here's another one. For me in Shock, which that concept, our body, or Shock's body, I painted one, exhibited one time with Sim Banks, he copied then a few years later. Technical support, SEAK and Shock team up in Neuss, Germany, 1990. These instructions are in German. It's IKEA. It's like my style is an IKEA thing. Yeah. So this is Hip Hop Magazine. This is one magazine you can get on all central stations. This is some kind of city magazine. I guess I was in that too. There. We did a project with Levi's, another Source magazine. Alright. I'm in a few Source magazines, and one I did a full page. I must look for it now. It's one page. I'm filming while I'm doing this. I don't know if to. Wait, is it here? No. I don't know. That was in the 90s. You had to go to how do you call that? You had to go to a newspaper stand in a central station somewhere all around the world to see that page. And so all the writers worldwide, who are, like writers are people who paint graffiti, they then checked out those magazines, that page, to get an update on what's cool and the latest stuff And that was it was a huge thing to be in that magazine. That was like, I can't, it's like, uh, it's like I can only come up now with. This was like this magazine is like was in the international fame thing. What like Chabad Lubavitch is for certain people, you know, in terms of political influence and stuff like that. Yeah, I have to take a look where that is. It takes now. I don't want to look now for it and search for it, but there's probably another full page. There's another one. Source mag. These are all source magazines where I'm inside. It takes too long to look for that one page. It's like stupid. Just to look and take here another pack. Okay, with magazines. Yeah, hardships. I mean, maybe I created hardships, or I'm theming hardships, or I'm warning from hardships, because here's an interview with me. There's a canvas I painted. This is the Word magazine, December 2004. There's a colleague. Now they wrote my name, Diamond SEAK, but they wrote my name wrong. Focusing on me here. Oh, this is me. Künstler, erleben abgebrochene Lehre als Energieelektroniker. Jetzt sowieso nicht geil. Energieelektroniker. It's making smaller. Atelier studio on the same house. I'm 30 years old. Last bought CD, Johnny Cash. Best book, Noise from God, from Fanny von Dunn. I've never wrote that book, to be honest. Im Kühlschrank hat es immer, yeah, I was getting like stuff from Red Bull. I have like a Red Bull fridge, and I had like, my garage was full with Red Bull things, like full. They came up with Euro pallets. I had like Euro pallets of Red Bull here. And the other drinks, kombucha or something like that. I remember that. Yeah. So if Red Bull wants to collect my work, feel free. Always having with me a cell phone, a computer, a portemonnaie, iPod, and sketchbook. When I wouldn't be an artist, I would be a pilot in South America. I'm talking here about my colleague, and he's talking about me. Ja. Ständig vorwärts. Bei uns geht's immer. Yeah, but yeah, this is like an interview. Word magazine. If you have any magazines where I'm inside, feel free to forward it to me. The address is, or you can send me an email via my YouTube. This is like a backpack series I did for Eastpack. This is I was here in the local city magazine. That's me. That's me in Mexico. After a long night with illicit substances. And kids, I have to warn you, in Mexico and in America, the stuff which is white isn't just the expensive stuff, it's also the stuff which is in Europe brown. So, I don't want to name the name. It's called China White, or was it Boma White, China White? There's like different names, La Arena, and I thought it was like the good expensive stuff they had there. I mean, but yeah, so this is like, how I say this, is, yeah. And I reckoned what it really was, like years later. Well, this is like an article about me. Then we painted the dog project, 2,000 square meters in Hamburg. This is in Sky High in Los Angeles. This is here in Cologne for a collector. Steve McQueen Porsche. This is for the city of Düsseldorf. Yeah, I like people think I'm arrogant or something, but I'm completely down to earth. Yes, and also people who aren't arrogant say that. Um, but when I talk with people and they know they are for some reason and they reckon me who I am, they were like it's really amazing how where they see me like in a positive way. Yeah, but yeah, I'm humbled by life. Uh, yeah, but also of course the ego is also seducible. This is like a city and university magazine, and this is a wall I painted with a colleague in Birmingham in Warsaw. Also an interesting area. That's where the first time where I was, not the first time, in the 90s I was when I was painting trains. I had a Luger with me and Mauser. Yes, yeah, but also it has from family reasons and historic reasons and for also political reasons, of course, too. Just to stand like a nice identity suggestion. Um, yeah, because my grandfather had technically an officer's rank in the Wehrmacht in World War II. The other, his father was just a field. I mean, he was had like a field. But yeah, this is another topic. I do this in other videos. Anyway, there I had to sport a carpenter's hammer, because the area was like one hard time of the day. There was like people smoking a tin foil, like crack or ready rock on the foil, and there was like the whole this like many of those holes. It wasn't planned, and there was like full of tin foils, like the whole area, like an art installation. It looked like the Biennale. It's crazy. It's like, what is this? And then and the other time of the day, police were training their dogs there, and sporting a carpenter's hammer, I think, was illegal. And I had like an interesting interaction with someone there. Who then, after we talked, and he went away. I saw he dropped in his soap, and his soap was a fist knife. Also nice. So it was good that I had that hammer with me, and I talked so much. So this is the dog project, and this is an interview about anti-graffiti hysteria. So like hysteria, it's like who benefits? You have to ask yourself. I have no intention now to read this, but this is Kiasma Museum in Helsinki. Yeah, so it was in 2002. Here's an interview in the infamous Backspin magazine. And the interviewer was artist colleague, but for me it was also a role model. And one reason, probably it was like this, when I was a child, I saw his, I can't tell you who it is, that's way too spicy, but as a child, I'm inspired by probably two events in terms of real life paintings. One was, this is a truck I painted in 2003. It's like bio-gasoline truck. This is like a large S. Beautiful. Still, I mean, take a look. I have the same. I also agree. I love. So the other thing was when I was also a child. Anyway, I can't tell you. It's that's after all an illegal subculture. There must be an interview here. There is a SEAK. I have to take a look where it is. Where do they have the interview with me? There must be an impressum or something. From Joker, I was also getting closes. Germany. SEAK is 62. SEAK 2. 62. There you go. I have it. It's glued together. What? That's me. There you go. That's painted in Burlington, Vermont, when I was invited by the founder, the inventor of the snowboard for a meeting. He wanted to hear my opinion and invited me, and they were like the world's best snowboarder, skateboarder, fun sport guys, like the elite. It was like the absolute avant-garde. I was the only German like opinion leader or taste maker or multiplicator. That's a canvas. I still love that canvas, small canvas. It's like here's a large canvas from the Masterplan series. This is I painted at the Goethe Institute / German Embassy as a live performance for Germany. Yeah, that was in Birmingham too. That's this canvas I said in the other video, where I said I'm too perfect, or I'm perfect. I must also learn to work with other aesthetics and break up my style and then put it together again, you know. I think I had a conversation yesterday or a few days ago. That's here in Cologne. That's for a friend who became a professor. He bought the canvas. And that is in Portland, Oregon. And this is the interview. Yeah, I mean, I should make a video a full video just about those interviews and compare it to the reality these days. I was invited at the Biennale in Shenzhen. That's next to Hong Kong in 2005 or 7. I don't know. I've completely 7 or 8, 7. This is the catalog. And there was. Yeah, but I was the first time in China. It was Hong Kong. When the political connotations, there it is. Those gestures I'm just doing because I had these tattoos from Mr. Cartoon, and I wanted everybody to see these tattoos. But the problem is when you have a gesture like this, it suggests helplessness or something. So it's like. I want to show those tattoos so badly off, but yeah, it's like this is like Chinese. It was a great time there, interesting. Yeah, and that was after Mexico. After that month in Mexico, and it was like that was me in San Francisco in 2006, autumn 2006, maybe January 2007. And this is in Barcelona. I did also a postcard with that, like not the exhibition here, but people in Barcelona. So a lot of people know this piece because it went all around the world. It represented Barcelona. Painted this in daytime, illegally, of course. Not of course, but this is a canvas, a small 30 by 30 centimeter canvas. This is also like trying to work with different aesthetics, not trying to be always in this perfect, illustrative, super realistic, I can paint style, but also going into different routes. This is like the other artist. I have to focus on myself here because otherwise it gets too confusing. It was, and this is another magazine. Is it Poland? No, it's from Poland. Oh, no, it's Mexico or Poland. I don't know. Oh, looks like Spain. I don't know where it's from. There's probably also something in. Oh, there it is. Oh, this is from Mexico. Yeah, this important magazine from Mexico. And they did an interview with me. And I later translated that interview into, this is a colleague from LA, which I painted with a few times. Shout out to Saber. And also exhibited with him a few times. I've been to his home too, Chas Borregos. I was at his home and stuff, and also exhibited with him. Shout out. I mean, I could keep on keeping on. Painted with him, OG Abels a lot of times. Scribe in the same crew. That's me. Blowing my own horn. Yeah, I can try to read Spanish without understanding Spanish. It would be like fun. Here it is. Yeah, and it's this magazine is. Oh yeah, there's probably more work for me. Wait. See if there's more. There's further works. Oh, this is like the war we did in Mexico. I painted in the. Of course, I'm in Mexico. I'm supporting the Mexican nationalists. And I painted like an Aztec, a pro-Aztec, pro-Mexican, pro-natural Mexican flag, because they're in Mexico. Which also represents ethnically in the name the Mexicans, because they were descendants from whites and mixed with Aztecs. Shout out to Pekka and this crew, everybody inviting me there, and also to Red Bull financing it. Humo, Miebe, Pekka, SEAK. I did 3 pieces. One further piece that we all painted, and one I painted on my own. I'm in terms of body, I'm like this size, just to that you have a comparison on how large the painting is. Oh, there you go. So, this is a World Science magazine from Stuck, Olivier from France, like street art. I have like an interview there. It's very artsy, intellectual. SEAK Germany is page 29. There you go. This is an exhibition for gallerist or curator. Or more curator was friends with, and I did the follow-up exhibition after Banksy. Banksy was performing the exhibition, then I was me, and then I think in the same year I exhibited with Banksy in Hamburg. No, or the next year. I think it was in Hamburg. Yeah, in the next year. Yeah, this is in French. With Stuck, I also painted a few times, and also, exhibited also. It's like on the top street art people in France. So, this is a graffiti calendar. It seems from 2002. I guess there's something inside me. Is this from Montana or sponsored or something? I don't know. I guess there's also work for me inside. I don't know where, but I have to take a look. Oh, here. Eves, Sonic, Ivers, Bruno in Wiesbaden. That's my part. See the few hours jamming in 2001. I don't know if there are more paintings for me inside. I don't know. I have to hit. Yeah, that's me. Painting live. There you go. Yours truly. Yeah, there's probably more inside. I don't know. So this was an invite for super exclusive event from Nike, and the birthday of the Air Force One. This shoe here, and I couldn't go there. I was like super pissed because it was in Berlin, and they did like a super exclusive event there. And yeah, it was like yeah, it was. To think about it, I'm still pissed about it that I wasn't there. This is a piece I did in Berlin. The original color was in lila. Looks great. It's printed. It's like this. I don't know why this there like this. It's a shame that I'm not a computer expert or anything, but it's like a beautiful piece. Yeah, and this is. For my canvas, I still have here in the other room, I guess. There's an art direction experiments for an exhibition. for the invitations to keep it exclusive. Yeah, this is a museum for the Flemish primitives, for the museum in Flandern, Flemish primitive painters. Yeah, so was just a glimpse, as you can see. I mean, I don't want to bore you, but this is just, I have more. In the cellar is like boxes. Yeah, what should I say? Yeah, these flyers here, those are flyers from exhibitions, hip-hop jams, not flyers, sorry, badges. I call them bundle, but they are like badges. And at some point, when I was on painting on jams, people stopped, which is legally a pity, because if you start collecting them, and then they ruined completely my collecting experience, just to tell you my sorrow, because then on events they said, everybody knows you're here anyway. On the hip hop jams, we don't have enough flyer or anything. You don't need a flyer. You don't get a VIP badge, because literally everybody there knew me and it was all good. It was like one, so they were like reading the room, and that happened like a few times, and that completely effed up me collecting those flyers. It's like when you getting into a scene or an industry or something, and at some point or if you do your own events, and when you know you're in it, it's like when you don't have the time anymore to eat. Like there's like the most delicious food, just an example, or drinks or anything, and you don't have the time for it, and you completely missed or passed the food and everything. And then, or at least, me being like, yeah, or I'm working on getting slimmer. The weight today was 121.7, which is a new, I'm on the right direction. So it's like, then you are into it. Then it's, this is like 90s, I guess, 2000s. So, it's like, this behind everything is like our stories. Anyway, so talking about my art and hardships was the original intention. Oh yes, me living on EBT food stamps, having nothing to eat. Yeah, my work is also about reflecting myself, and it's all patterns, And when I was getting here free food, EBT, as German Tafeln, I saw patterns, how they steered me to that direction. Because then I'm reckoning also on patterns, like, for example, the house number. And then I'm asking myself, did I knew this before that this will happen like this? Because then the area were like also painting from me and stuff like that. It's like really, you see patterns and then you reckon patterns. So so the thing is being consequent and keep on painting what you're doing, and being loyal to your